In order to change or accomplish something, people have been expressing their insistence in various ways, such as However, these means will take time and it'll be hard to motivate many people at the same time due to the physical distance. In the current society, people start using media to change or insist something because the media can eliminate time and space that will bother people to communicate easily. For example, in the Arab Spring happening in 2010, social media such as Twitter or Facebook had a great impact to mobilize people. Not only for political usage, but also the media are everywhere in our lives, such as TV, radio, newspaper, and many kinds of social network. Thanks to these means, the world is getting more and more convenient.
These media also make our world mess, because we now have the rights of free expression. We have violated other users' privacy, and sometimes even hurt them. People tend to consider freedom as a state that we can do whatever we want. However, freedom without responsibility causes a chaos without morality.
For example, in 2002, Venezuelan media broadcasted manipulative information in order to overthrow the government of the President Chavez. In this case, the right of free expression fosters the corporations to manipulate all information.
Even though they had the legal rights, can we really allow media to broadcast whatever they want?
Also, our Professor Tomas made us wonder what it means to have freedom of expression. When he was at some kind of restaurant, the guy in front of him was playing with his phone. Tomas saw the guy was looking at pro-Nazi website that could be offensive to many people due to its history. As he talked about it in the class, we started questioning how much should it be considered as freedom of expression. In a way, the guy who was looking at pro-Nazi was just acting according to his opinion, but at the same time, his opinion particularly related to historical tragedy can offend other people too. How should opinions be differentiated from the violation of free speech?
So here is the interviews from Professor Thomas Crowder and our fellow classmate Ami Tanahashi about the media and the freedom of expression.
Do you post like a lot of articles on like media, like Facebook or like other social media and stuff?
Yes, I do, mostly on my blog.
So like, what do you think like what we should care like when you post like things on Facebook or like your blog and stuff?
I don't think you really should care, but
Like what do you care?
I think it's important to distribute your work to anybody that cares to read it, that it's more open and free than just by publishing in a journal or in a magazine. Yeah.
So like through the years of media, like have you ever felt your privacy or like your image or like offended by other people?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Like
Yeah,
how?
if you read a newspaper article and then you read the comments that people post, many of them are very offensive, but I know that as a reader that I'm gonna read a lot of things that I don't agree with, but that's kind of the nature of forums, public forums.
So is it like an opinion?
Yeah, opinion or racial slurs or whatever. But, yeah.
So like the final question, like how much should our freedom of expression be respected, do you think?
As much as possible if you're not putting other people's life at risk or offending them. And there's, in a newspaper, for example, there are moderators that, they should have moderators that erase or block any comments that are clearly outrageous, offensive. But other than that, I think the internet should be as open as possible.
So how often do you use social media?
All the time.
All the time. So what's the condition that makes you believe the accuracy of information?
I don't really believe like anything completely that I read.
How do you choose and disregard information?
I just don't believe anything that I read.
Okay.
Like completely. Yeah.
Final question. Do you think the media itself is trustable enough?
No.
No, why?
Because anyone can write anything on the internet. Like even like Wikipedia or different sites. Yeah.
What about like news or like newspaper? Like, do you trust them?
It depends on the newspaper. Like New York Times, I read, but I don't really read any other, or like CNN maybe. But it's hard because they're also kind of biased, so you could kind of tell when you're listening to them.
These questions that we suggested are not easy to solve because they're interconnected and really complicated. However, we want to emphasize the necessity and the significance of media education. Specifically, the education should teach students not only simply how to utilize the media, but also the nature of media, such as the potential dangers and the existence of various information. As Thomas says in the interview, we cannot just regulate all the information in the media because the variety is a part of the nature of the media. Because of this flood of information, we need to learn how to choose the information and how to judge the accuracy of information.
Thus, we need an education to be responsible for our freedom of expression and what we do and receive through the media.
We believe that is what it meant to have a media literacy in a true sense.